Random Stupidity, and welcome to an
And now, movie review with Random Stupidity.
Yep, that's right, we're talking about Late Night with the Devil. Gotta be honest, this movie was pretty good, although a bit of a slow burn. I will prepare you for that. I had a lot of fun with it. I just recently rewatched it. Well, I didn't rewatch it. I rewatched kind of another review of it because I didn't feel like watching a movie. But I still wanted to do this review. And, alright, let me first, as always, give you the characters we got. We got Jack Delroy, our, main star here. We got Carmichael, who's a skeptic. We got Christo, which is another interviewee, which happens to be a psychic. We got June Ross Mitchell, which is one of the people that he interviews, which is pretty important. We got Lily, who is June's patient, which I'll get into here later. And that's pretty much our main ones to worry about. Before I keep going, I want to stress reviewed by an idiot means I have a shit memory, so my reviews are stupid. Go watch the actual movies themselves. And also, before I get into it, I want to say the one controversy that this movie had was using AI art. Now, I do not support AI art, because that's not what it is. I think it's shitty that they used it. They should have just hired a person, because there's little transition screens for a talk show, and some of those are AI generated. And yeah, they definitely should have paid someone to do it. But here's also the gripe I have with this whole situation. People that are just straight up calling the movie dog shit just because of that, that's not fair. I don't support their decision to use AI images in the film, because and in case anyone wanted my stance on AI shit, it sucks. Anyways, going back to Jack, so here's the weird thing about him, right? Apparently, he's a part of this Grove cult thing, which is essentially, basically Bohemian Grove from real life. And I'm not gonna get into that because it's a whole fucking can of worms. Look up Bohemian Grove. It's pretty identical to how it is portrayed in, the film. But he's trying to get his talk show to one because his ratings are down ever since. So his wife died, right? Damn, that sucks. Real sad. But he's got this big idea for Halloween, and that's basically what this movie is. It's very analog horror feeling, I would describe it as, because this is not your traditional movie. It's a bit of a slow burn, which I know also turned a lot of people off. I'm autistic and have a hard time sitting through movies, and I did just fine, so there's that. But yeah, what I basically mean by analog horror feel is, for the vast majority of the movie, right up until a bit at the end, it's this, I don't know the exact aspect ratio, it's really old. It takes place in the I think it's the 70s or something. Again, I'm really bad at reviewing movies. That's why I made this series. So again, go watch the movie. But it's a tape of what went down that night. It was the final episode of the talk show. It's called Night Owls, by the way. Also tying into the stuff about the Grove Owls. Also a thing about Bohemian Grove. I don't know. It's fucking weird, man. Rich people are nuts. Don't get it. What the hell? But yeah, Jack gets on his show for the night, starts going normal, cracks some jokes, as you would do on a talk show. And then we bring out our first guest. He's trying to keep everyone having an open mind about the idea of paranormal shit, because most people are skeptical. Which is fair. But this is where we find Christo, who is this psychic guy who can talk to ghosts, basically as a conduit for the spirits to talk, and he starts spouting out some stuff, talking to the people into the audience, before he talks to these two women who apparently recently, one's a mom and one's the sister, and they lost their kid or something. I'm stupid. But And then that eventually wins it back over, and right when they're about to cut to commercial break, some shit really goes down, and this is the first, like, pretty spooky thing to happen in the movie, where he fucking, like, loses his mind, like, lights start going, like, all crazy in the studio, and his eyes roll back in his head, and he's talking, like, he specifically, like, points out something that Jack would know, which we'll find out later. And then, we cut to commercial break because what the fuck? And then a bit of stuff happens. There's these like transitional points which are not quite the same. It looks like someone's recording two people talking. This is to fill in story gap, which makes sense, you know. But then we cut back and they're bringing out Christo again, who's like really freaking out now. Like there's something seriously off with him. Maybe because he's probably been possessed by a demon. I don't know. Just a suggestion. But we also bring out Carmichael, who is this, like, skeptic guy. Apparently he was a magician, and now he's trying to expose people, quote, like Christo, because he doesn't believe in ghosts. Eventually, this whole ordeal ends with Christo getting out and splashing water in his face, and right as he's trying to leave, he fucking falls to the ground and pukes up this black slime everywhere, just totally convulsing and shit. And then we cut to commercial break again, because what the hell was that? So, right when they're about to go to the next segment, like the producer dude tells Jack, hey, Christo died in the ambulance. So whatever that black goop shit fucking killed him. And Jack has to just brush that off to move on with the show. And we bring out June and Lily. This is at the point in the movie where everything starts going downhill. Slowly at first, but really gets there, because right off the bat, you can tell there's something fucking wrong with this girl. Some backstory on Lily: she was apparently born into a murder cult who was going to be used as a sacrifice, and there was like a tragic incident where everyone else died and she was the only survivor. Which, crazy coincidence, I know. Definitely not pre-planned by the Grove or something. That would be crazy. But, you know, that's a bit of a strange thing to have be what you're born into. So she has all these fucked up problems now and is under the psychiatric care of June. And so Lily's like, I got this demon in me. I call him Mr. Wriggles because he wriggles around in my brain, is pretty much how she says it. So that's comforting, you know, nothing wrong with that at all. And we sit them down with Jack and also the skeptic guy, who, this guy's just the fucking prick. I gotta be honest, he is insufferable. Obviously, June is very upset with this because she's seen firsthand what the demon can do. There's like some scenes earlier that show her talking to it before that ended in absolute chaos. So I'm sure doing it again in front of a live audience will bring no issues when it was in a controlled environment with just the two of you before, and all of that went wrong. So surely this can only be better. But yeah, they start talking about the demon, and Jack is very interested in this, and just the girl is being consistently creepy. At one point, she talks exactly like his dead wife, that you can tell really bothers him, but doesn't address. And eventually, we get to the point where Jack asks Lily, "Can we interview this demon? I think it'd be good for ratings." And June is very against this for obvious reasons, but with enough peer pressure, they eventually do it, and they tie Lily down to a chair, and June sits across from her, starting to contact the demon. And at first, nothing happens, right? But at some point, she starts to fucking convulse in the chair, and then it cuts like her, because there is very clear change in her appearance. June tries to get the demon to go the fuck away, pulling out this pendant and saying some chant or some shit that I don't get. But you know, something like that, like exorcism style. And demon fucking grows teeth for a second. It's fucking scary as hell. and shit is just going haywire, because then the fucking chair starts to float, and it's just like, you wonder, like, hey, Skeptic, how are you going to prove this? And that leads me into the next bit, because he is not believing a single bit of this. You know, even the clear shit we just saw, not good enough for this guy. So he's like, I've been quiet for long enough. This is bullshit, and I'm going to prove it to you. So what he does is he takes the co-host Gus and he sits him in front of the chair, exactly how we just saw June and Lily do. He pulls out this pocket watch thing and encourages everyone in the audience and everyone at home, and including Gus especially, to stare at this pocket watch. And then starts talking to him. It starts off normal, but then he's like, it's hot. And then he starts peeling at his skin, and then fucking worms come out. This is fucking disgusting, by the way. The effects in this movie are very, very good. That's a big thing that I want to point out. And then the fucking, like, huge worm creature comes out of his eye and starts fucking, like, tearing guts and worms out of his stomach. And then it cuts to, apparently none of this was really happening. Because the next second we see, Gus is fine. Apparently, this bitch hypnotized everyone. And he is claiming that is what June did. Because we roll back the tape. Oh, you can see Carmichael saying these things like, you're getting hot. That's worms. And like, what the fuck? And now, naturally, they're like, alright, because no, June still knows that the demon is real. So Lily's like, wind back our portion. And we see that it's real. Like, no fuckery is happening. But Jack wants to go frame by frame because he thinks he sees something, right? So they go frame by frame, only to see his wife's ghost fucking, like, on it, like, putting his hand on his shoulder. And this is where all hell starts to break loose. The lights go out, and when they come back on, Lily is fucking, like, being attacked by electricity, like, getting sucked into, like, the screen. Like, this is the end point of the movie where shit is just nuts. And her fucking skull cracks open, letting all this demonic energy out. And now people start fucking dropping like flies, because at first Gus tries to go up and fucking like pulls out a crucifix, and then is murdered very, very fast. And then June steps in, the demon effortlessly like pulls her up and then fucking slits her throat. And then Carmichael is like, I pledge my undying allegiance to you, demon. Let me do your bidding and don't kill me. And the demon laughs and fucking boils him from the inside out. And then the screen like pans into like Demon Lily, and fucking like you see this demon in static. It's terrifying. And then we see the big producer pull Jack aside. And this is the part in the movie that's just super, super weird, like this ending here, because we see like him like reliving what we've all like just seen tonight, and it's not in like the aspect ratio before. It's not like full regular how you would imagine film to look. And shit is just weird. Like he's like, how did I get here? And eventually it leads to him talking to his dead wife in bed, and he goes and like says, the girl says, basically, I need you to stab me is what I'm getting. And then he stabs her with this sacrificial dagger, and then it cuts to, oh, he didn't stab her, he stabbed Lily, and everyone is dead. And then we hear police sirens, and then the movie ends. I don't know what that's trying to say. At first I got the vibe where it's just like, oh, did none of this happen? This is a big trance set up by the Grove, and there was no demon at all at first with Lily, and Jack killed everyone? Maybe that's it? Maybe all the demon shit happened and then he killed Lily? Which I think is more likely, but hey, I don't fucking know. But, that was Late Night with the Devil. That's my fucking sporadic review of it, so let me know what you think, and
Late Night with the Devil.